Is it morally wrong to expect favors to be returned? I get where you are coming from for sure. My take is don't do a favor for someone and expect it to be repaid. You do a favor for someone because you want to help that person. Now, if that person is asked for a favor and refuses, then it shows that person is not worthy of your help moving forward. They are under no obligation to do you a favor, but you would hope they would remember that you have helped them. If they don't, then it makes the next time they ask for a favor easy to decline. You should do things for friends because you care for them, not because of what they can do for you in the future. However, friends should want to do those things, and one-sided relationships aren't good either. You can't expect your friends to do every favor you ask, and you shouldn't tally up exactly how many favors you've done, unless it's something excessive like constantly giving them money or something. A favor isn't a favor if it has strings attached. Then it's just payment for a service. Favors can also have different weights. What are you asking for? Asking for time, money, and physical ability sounds like this is a big ask. People are also allowed to have boundaries and say no if something is too much for them, even if they can physically do the thing. You have every right to be upset. It sounds like you put time, energy, and effort into helping your friend, and when the time came for them to have your back, you got nothing. Should you always expect favors to be repaid? Certainly not. But if you two are friends and you've helped them, the nature of the relationship should be that they would help you when needed it. 2. It can be really emotionally draining to sustain relationships where you're the giver and the other is a taker. I have some family relationships that are this way, and it sucks. I don't think it's morally wrong to expect that others will be helpful, especially when you have done it for them. Looking at the other top-level comments, it seems like I'm in the minority, though. Friends return favors, simple as that. You're never required to return a favor, and you should never expect someone to. Knowing that, be more selective of who you do favors for. I don't expect my friends to return favors, but I'm only friends with people who wouldn't hesitate to help me, like I wouldn't hesitate to help them. This isn't really as complicated as people are making out. Pal is a dick. Stop doing favors for them. That guy's a prick. They said that expecting a favor to be returned makes it more of a transaction. This is correct. While you should generally try to return favors, you can choose which favor you return and are under no obligations to commit to any in particular. Trying to leverage past favors in order to force yours does seem a bit manipulative. Like you're using that person for a means to an end. I would avoid ever bringing it up. I believe that friends should help each other out. Not everyone does. If people never return any favors, I just stop spending as much time with them and don't do stuff for them anymore. If they want to relegate themselves to acquaintance status, that's fine by me. It's good manners to return favors. Yeah, but you shouldn't just expect it. A lot of people don't have a sense of generosity like that. It's best to not expect anything in return. If you loan a friend money, give them a ride, give them a gift, etc., you should only do it because you want to, not because you expect to be repaid in any way. I believe in reciprocity, so it's not incorrect for me. Why would people count on you but you can't? No sense at all. Yes, they are correct. And expectations are the main cause of strife in this world. You're just getting tangled up. Favors are a one-way thing done out of goodwill. You can choose to not want to associate with someone who is a fair-weather friend, but your favors should never have a hook attached to them. It's manipulative. I think it's important to clarify the roles in this relationship, because at the end of the day I bet this just turns out to be a boundary issue. Reciprocity is key in relationships. You aren't owed it, but it's a good basis for trust, and if someone acts this way, they are not trustworthy. Don't expect it in return. But make sure the people in your life understand what it means to be reciprocal. Because what you described is the best example of someone unworthy of the kindness you wish to base your relationship with others on. They aren't a bad person, but they are not on the same moral ground as you, and I would not trust that person seeing this. In a transactional sense of keeping track of who does what? Yes. In a sense of one person giving more in the relationship? No, since it's probably revealing that someone is being taken advantage of. People do favors out of generosity. If they say no to something they can do, that's not generous. But if you expect they should do B cause you did A, well, that's not generous either. I hate it when people tell me things they have done so they can get something else. That is called pettiness. There's no obligation to return favors. But if you're friends, you should help each other out, especially if there's nothing stopping you from doing it. Morally? No. Practically? Yes. A favor is a favor. You don't do it to create a favor bank that you'll later cash out. You do it because you like your friends. Expecting something in return will only cause you to create a bunch of disappointment for yourself. You can easily avoid feeling bad by not expecting reciprocation. Loaning money to friends is the same. Assume it's a gift that will never be repaid, even if they agree to pay it. Doing a favor for someone doesn't require for them to return the favor. But hell, return the favor is in our vernacular for some reason. For myself, if someone does a favor for me, I end up filing it in the back of my head, and if that person needs anything, I volunteer my time, or money, or whatever. While it's not required to return a favor, it is definitely the right thing to do. Yes, it's bad form to do favors with the expectation you'll get favors in return. The best advice I've ever seen for lending money, for example, is never lend money you can't afford to lose. Meaning, there is a reasonable expectation you may never be paid back. Now, if you're constantly doing someone favors and they constantly refuse to help you in your time of need, then the relationship may be one-sided. The fact Op says this person had the money available sounds like Op wanted to borrow money. That is tougher. Because despite what you think you know, you have no idea what their financial situation is really like. This is a very vague question. Op, the favors you've given and the favor you asked for do affect the answer. Don't expect favors to be returned. And don't feel the need to return favors. Rather help your friends in need, and true friends will help you even if there's no favors to return.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.